छ भने चाहिँ यार माडुङ्गी खा यार म के गरिरहेको थिएँ यार यहाँबाट मरेको आलु भीड़ हुने यार चला करते यार ब्लीड होने यार I know. I should probably go underground, man. I'm a man. Los. I got lost. One kiss is all you take. Falling in love with me. Possibility.
So, we're gonna start off in the avenue down there. Here in the capital. And just follow around here. Just run down to the left. Jump. And then you're gonna go out here to the left. Left here. I wanted to show this with the enemies because a lot of people show it already cleared. And then people are just like, what the heck, man, I wasn't expecting that. So, I want to show it, uncleared full enemies. So just keep following this path here. Make a right. And then when you get up these stairs here, there's going to be an enemy right around the corner, so be prepared to dodge. And then you're going to go up here and jump down. And when you jump down, you're going to make a right. This place is kind of a maze, so that's why I'm narrating this video. That was pretty obvious. And you get on the right, go through a lot of areas that look exactly the same. This time though, instead of going right, you're gonna go straight, jump up on this thing.
Fucking hell.
Graceless, tarnished. What is thy business with these thrones? Ah, Godric the Golden.
again. Allow me, you are unable, prevented by the thorns. A husk of the only way to and become my purpose. So I'd like you to the flame of then and guide you. Shall I turn your, let my hand, share them with me. Your thoughts, your ambitions, the principles you would follow.
In this Elden Ring video, we're going to be ranking all crystal tiers from the base game as attacked with high poise against bosses. Next is the Cerulean Sapping tier, which is also a new tier from Shadow of the Erdtree. This tier lasts for 45 seconds and regenerates a generous Ash's overall damage by 7.5% for 3 minutes, which is good enough to be useful for any build specializing in Spirit Ashes, but is still quite underwhelming. You can stack this with Rallying Standard to get a around a 29% spirit damage boost, which is a very nice overall damage boost. The effect will activate whether you drink it before or after summoning, so drink it before entering boss arenas, then use Rallying Standard after summoning. Next, we come to A-level crystal tiers. First is the Opaline hard tier, which you'll see in a lot of our Shadow of the Erdtree builds. This increases all damage negation types by 15% for 3 minutes. This is very good since it can stack with other talismans to give you more damage negation, and can go very far with other items and armor. However, damage negation is multiplicative, so stacking won't work super well with this tier if you're already using a lot of other damage negation items. Next are the Shrouding Crack tiers. These are simply fantastic. There are 4 variants: Magic, Lightning, Flame, and Holy. Each will boost your damage output for that element by 20% and will also stack with any Scorpion Charms or other items to give an even greater boost. The Magic one is definitely the best one since there are so many damage sources for magic, like spells, incantations, weapon infusions, ice attacks, and gravity attacks. I usually have one of these in most of my builds, but they are pretty situational. And next we come to the Oil Soak tier, which is another fantastic new tier from Shadow of the Erdtree, which is phenomenal for fire builds. This tier will coat nearby enemies in oil for 1 minute, increasing the fire damage dealt to them by 20%. You can also get this effect by just chucking oil pots at enemies, but this flask actually applies it automatically for a minute for all close by enemies, which is quite literally made for the new flame build you can make with Mesmer's Impaler Spear. Next is the Stone Barb Crack tier, which is absolutely fantastic. My only gripe is that it only lasts 30 seconds, but it does give you a massive plus 30% stance damage, which can take down bosses really quickly. I would recommend using this in phase 2 or in the middle of a fight rather than before entering, since you may waste the time walking through the boss fog and maybe having to roll out of the first attack. Also, if you have a high poise build, you can just tank hits and use this. Next is the Spiked Crack tier. This one is very good. It has a 3-minute buff that will boost your charged attack damage by about 15%, which is good for quite a few builds using heavy weapons. You can also stack this with the Axe Talisman to get around a 25% increase in charged attack damage. Unfortunately, it doesn't work on charged sorceries or incantations, as well as any Ashes of War, but is still good overall. Next is the Wing tier, which is both fantastic and underrated. This tier will improve your max equip load by a whopping 450% for 3 minutes, which is just an absolutely massive increase that allows you to wear all the heaviest gear in the game with medium load, or just your normal kit while light rolling, literally making this tier light rolls in a bottle. If you run a super heavy build, this saves you from having to spend 70 levels on endurance, and you can also pair this with the Verdigris Discus Talisman for even more defense for your chonk build. Next is the Windy tier, which is another good one. This tier enhances dodge rolling for 3 minutes, making timing much more forgiving. Light and medium rolls will have a longer invulnerability duration of 19%, and heavy rolls will have 25%. These correlate to 5 and 6 extra iframes respectively at 60 FPS, which is quite noticeable and can almost feel like cheating. However, this tier will also reduce your damage negation by 15%, so you will be taking more damage in exchange. Next is the Deflecting Hard tier, which is another Shadow of the Erdtree edition. This is a very interesting tier, being one of the only tiers that can actually completely change your playstyle. This tier will enhance your Spontaneous Guard, which basically means you take no physical damage, block 75% of elemental damage, and decrease stamina damage by 65% when you guard at the exact time that an enemy hits you. This tier basically turns the game into Sekiro, and it's amazing for the fun factor. Additionally, this tier actually has a mechanic hidden in its description where it buffs guard counters to insane levels. The way it works is a bit complex, but I'll give a basic rundown for most loadouts. Successfully guarding will give you 1 hidden stack, which will give you 20% extra damage on your guard counters for 5 seconds. You can stack this up 4 times for a huge 80% extra damage on a guard counter. From my testing, it seems that different loadouts will behave differently, with some 2-handed variants only giving up to 2 stacks. Additionally, some enemy attacks will give you 2 stacks when successfully guarded. Basically, all you really need to know is that you should be deflecting many times in succession for a huge damage boost to your guard counters. And then we come to the Bloodsucking Crack tier, which is another Shadow of the Erdtree edition. This tier will increase your overall damage by 20% for 3 minutes, which is incredibly noticeable on basically every build in the game. However, in exchange, you do lose a bit of health every second, roughly 25 depending on your max health. For a 2000 health character, this means you would completely run out of health in 80 seconds, making this a pretty risky tier. It's great for rushing down bosses with high output builds, but is definitely not good for bosses when you're playing patiently and not with pure aggression. And finally, we come to the S category of crystal tiers. First is the Green Burst Crystal tier. This is my personal favorite tier, and you will probably find this in the vast majority of my builds. This will increase stamina regeneration by 15 per second for 3 minutes. This is extremely noticeable in boss fights, and is much better than the green spill tier and can stack with green turtle talisman or two-headed turtle talisman for even more regen, my personal go-to setup. This basically works well for any build there is because you simply cannot have enough stamina regeneration in combat. Next is the Thorny Crack tier, which is also fantastic. This is another 3-minute buff that will make your consecutive attacks grow stronger from 9 to 13 to 20% with a maximum of 1.5 seconds between attacks. A lot of Ashes of War and builds in this game do a lot of hits at once in a short time frame, and they usually use Rottenwing Sword Insignia for bonus consecutive damage. This tier actually stacks with Rottenwing Sword Insignia, which can lead to some ridiculous damage in the right builds. However, it won't work on any sorceries or incantations. And lastly, we come to the Cerulean Hidden tier. This one is also really good. It's so good that it got nerfed from 15 to 10 seconds, but it's still one of the best tiers in the game. Mages have multiple spells that they can just hold down for massive damage with this tier, like Comet Azure or Meteorite of Astel, and even some incantations like Unendurable Frenzy can be cast for longer. It's also good for spells and incantations in general, since you can just dish out massive damage to a boss without having to pause for a drink in between spells, and works fantastically with a lot of Dragon Breath spells as well. So that wraps up our video ranking all the crystal tiers in Elden Ring and Shadow of the Erdtree, including all the new ones. What do you guys make of this list? Do you agree with most of the ones on here? Am I off on some of them? What are your personal favorite crystal tiers for your setup? And what are some that you think can be used in just about any build? Let me know in the comments below. In this Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, spoilers, and we don't go into specifics of NPCs, characters, or bosses. We have limited the footage of locations to the map so that you can be surprised when you get there. Your first hours in the DLC are crucial to set a good tempo, and they can be very frustrating if you don't understand the expansion mechanics and progression objectives. With this guide, you should be able to tackle the DLC with ease and be fully ready to enjoy all it has to offer. The first tip may sound obvious, but it's not as simple. You should aim to go into the DLC with a level 150 or higher build that has its weapons and spirit ashes at max upgrades, and with a good amount of health to carry you through the initial toughness of enemies. They hit like an absolute truck. I have several builds that I can recommend you, and note that there are more larval tiers in the DLC that you can use to change builds if you so desire. Just a few of these builds are the Nightblade, which is a new build I created specifically from a DLC weapon you get very early on, the Dark Paladin, which is another build that's for the DLC using DLC equipment, Sniper Samurai, which is a ranged and melee specialist, the Scarlet Spear, which is duo spears that set Scarlet Rot, and the Ghost Blade, which uses the Death Poker weapon, which is arguably one of the best weapons in the game. We have a ton of other builds on our YouTube channel and our wiki, and we have a new build selector tool that you can use to help you narrow down what sort of build you want to play. All enemies in the Realm of Shadow are incredibly tough when compared to the base game you want to play. All enemies in the build selector tool that you can use to help you narrow down what sort of build you want to play. All enemies in the Realm of Shadow are incredibly tough when compared to the base game. The way to become more powerful in Shadow of the Erdtree is not necessarily via character levels and upgrades, but through special items called Scadutree Fragments that improve your damage dealt and reduce your damage taken. Revered Spirit Ashes do the same thing for your spirit summons. You'll want to obtain these items and consume them at bonfires to enhance your blessing and receive a permanent upgrade that makes everything in the DLC a lot easier. Just note that these buffs only apply to the Land of Shadow. You can find all of these items on our Shadow of the Erdtree map. However, there are 10 Scadutree fragments you acquire before facing a single boss. Get these fragments by simply running to these locations and picking them up to have a much easier time. There are 2 fragments found at the Church of Constellation, one by the 3-path cross side of Grace, one by the main gate cross side of Grace, one dropped by a Shining Pot Shadow found in a graveyard west from Prospect Town, 2 in Castle Ensis before any bosses there, 1 in Skadu View Cross site of Grace, 1 at Pillar Path site of Grace, and 1 at Bellarat Tower Settlement before the boss. And you can get revered spirit ashes by running to these locations. One is located by a cliff found east from Scorched Ruins, which is just west across the gap from Church of Consolation. There's another in the pond northeast of Prospect Town. One is looted from the abandoned Ailing Village altar from the first bosses without as much frustration. You can get as many or as few as you feel you need, then progress the game. How you progress the game is rather important in this DLC, however. If you want to try some new weapons from the DLC, the following is a simple list of weapons that I particularly like that you can find very early in Shadow of the Erdtree. We will also have some build guides for some of these weapons that we'll be publishing right after launch. However, if you want a more complete list of weapons you can find early on so you can make a better decision about what exactly you want to play with in the DLC, we do also have a video on 19 or 20 weapons that you can find at the very beginning of Shadow of the Erdtree without defeating a single boss. So some good weapons are the Backhand Blade. This is a new weapon type. You can find this 30 seconds right from the first site of Grace by a coffin just by riding there. The next one is the Smith's Grip Dagger, which is also a new weapon type, and you can find this in the Ruined Lava Forge intake, which is just across the bridge and if you head right. The Great Katana, which is another new weapon type, is a 1-minute ride from the first Grace in a lake by a dragon. Milady, which is also a new weapon type, the Light Greatsword, can be found just inside Castle Ensis in a tower chest on the left-hand side. There is also the Swift Spear on the road east of Castle Ensis that attacks rapidly and is pretty cool. And the Fire Spark Perfume Bottle, which is also a new weapon type, is in the camps in front of Castle Ensis in a chest. And the Bone Bow is in Ballarat Tower Settlement and is a fantastic light bow that you can use. It is very easy to mess up NPC quests in Shadow of the Erdtree and miss out on a lot of interesting content, lore, and equipment. I strongly suggest that you talk thoroughly to every NPC you meet, read the notes they give you, and visit their locations every time you enter a castle, talk to another NPC, or defeat a boss. Most NPCs will hang around Nicholas crosses and bonfires, but they can also move inside locations as their quests advance. It would seem most NPC quests are linked to each other, so if you're aiming to do as much as possible, you should spend the time talking to each whenever possible. It is very easy to follow the game's recommendations and accidentally miss out on a lot of content and NPC quest lines. Try and stay away from the northwest side of the map until you want to progress the main story. Your game path should look something like this. Explore South Plains from the entry point. Explore the West Plains from the entry point. Talk to all NPCs you find. Explore the North Plains from the entry point. Cross the bridge and explore the Eastern Plains south from Castle Ensis without going inside. Find Pillar Path Cross here and talk to all nearby NPCs. If you feel adventurous, find the loop on the bottom area of that road that takes you down to the Elac River, and then follow the river south and explore the southwestern area lightly. And finally, return to Progress Ballarat Tower Settlement. More details and tips on progress can be found on the wiki if you need more help after this point. The DLC is full of secret paths, diverging quest lines, and very hard to reach locations. You can use guides if you want. We have most of the information on the wiki already, but if you want to explore and discover yourself, here are some tips of what mentally to have. Explore every corner of each location. A lot of items are cleverly hidden behind awkward points of view. Additionally, hidden walls usually have a very subtle feint tell. It can be some enemies nearby, or a weirdly colored floor, or a slight disruption on the walls around them. Be on the lookout for these signs. The DLC is very vertical, and most hard-to-reach places have to be accessed through long elevators, spirit spring jumps, or by using coffin steps on the sides of cliffs. Look at the map very closely, and you'll find clues on where to go and what to do. Look around for items in hard-to-reach places as they help to signal that you're missing something important. You should always look up and down from bridges, cliffs, ladders, and such to try and determine if there are nearby destinations you may be missing. There are a lot of new and powerful talismans and consumables added with the DLC, including new pot types. Make sure to equip the more powerful versions of talismans you might already have, and gather cookbooks to give the new items a try when in combat. Read all the notes you find, maybe several times even. It really helps with NPC quest lines and with tackling some enemy mechanics such as the giant furnace golems. Don't forget about the base game mechanics like teardrop scarabs. The DLC has similar types of shadow pot enemies that drop loot as well. You should also be on the lookout for invisible pathways, emote-triggered doors, and well-hidden switches. You will not be able to get everything in the DLC in one playthrough as NPC questlines diverge and you must choose A or B. If you want to avoid having to do an entire NG Plus all the way to Moog again in order to get to the DLC, we recommend you back your save up now before starting it. Details on how to do this for all platforms can be found on the save management page on the wiki. Our community will continue to use the password Fextra to play together, and you can also get help on our Discord on a dedicated help and trade channel. You should also remember to upgrade new spirit ashes and weapons with the abundant upgrade materials found everywhere in the DLC. And if you progress NPC quest lines, you'll have NPC assistance for many of the hard bosses of the DLC. Visiting the wiki is an option, but it's very easy to be spoiled on the names of enemies or bosses that drop equipment, so we made videos showcasing the new spells, incantations, and ashes without showing their locations, so you can pinpoint the one you want to try and check only the page if you want to have it. You can also make good use of many guides that we're working on that will be going live on YouTube soon after the DLC launches. Right now we have a video showcasing 20 weapons you can get without beating a single boss, and several DLC weapon builds releasing now. We also have prepared full video walkthroughs of legacy dungeons and smaller dungeon areas, and videos with tips for all bosses without using spirit ashes or summons. I want to keep this video short as I'm sure everyone wants to get to playing, but I hope these simple tips turn out to be helpful. Please share your own tips in the comments so others can benefit from your wisdom, and if you have any other questions at all, feel free to ask.
Let's see what it looks like in this pistol. Donk takes the...
Magix here, headed into their first matchup of the Blast Bounty. Magix, welcome back.
I like to, again, on paper.
Donk takes the jungle. Control, and they have a nice open plant, so no kit. This is going to be difficult. Wow.
Dead.
Donk dead.
Kesserek and Beastig both annihilate them, and okay. Defuse being held, it's the full commit. Shiro has to play hero. Low health on the diffuser.
No.
Knife pull, but just shy of it. Pistol round picked up by the Sinners.
Shock diffusing on very low health. One bullet up close could have won that round, but Shiro just misses.
Bring back Chopper, that's all I'm saying.
That's all it took?
I'm used to Donk acing pistol rounds.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Well, he got a dink, and then immediately he got flick headshot.
Young veteran more applicable. I don't know if he could be young.
It's just the father so young. So it takes caught off guard. Spirit locked out of B apartments.
Sinners are gonna win, man. My boys. My boys. I like these guys, man.
You've seen 3 rounds. I like the prediction. I think it could be, it wouldn't be the most shocking to see more upsets here at Bounty. It's just wasn't the one I was expecting.
Beastig's just been in this team for so long. These guys have been around for so long. About time they get to show us all what they're made of in a big way.
Moto double on the AWP, 5-0. Everyone's getting shut out. Donk yet to start off in his first game of the season. It's kind of not cool. But how did Magix not get Streamer of the Year?
There we go. There we go. You fly with it. That's fair.
Right?
Well,
If JL got it,
all right, bit of mid-aggression. Boost up in the window. Nice way for Kisarek to shut down the lower push.
back to Ramp here. Donk at the front. Does miss that flash, so Donk finds his 5v4. Sees that open spawn as well. They've got to be careful getting past this. The bomb is still stuck on Shiro as Donk takes a bit more space. Good flash to get Shiro out and about, but that orb is not giving up the line. Living and dying for this control. Connector still corrupted. Donk does not know. Oh, he finds out. He finds out all right. Bomb going down now. Stressen double, drops Donk, bomb planted. Stressen's not stopping. He's got him all. 9-1 on Stressen. Absolute showboater, stealing the glory.
Trying to showcase exactly what they're made of and, well, precisely why they wanted to play Spirit so badly. This is Spirit's map pick as well, just to make matters worse. Here's an opener for Team Spirit, one that goes untraded, and Donk will sweeten the deal.
There we go.
Okay, if they lose this 5v3, half's cooked. Screenshots. That's always where my eyes dart to whenever a really important big man advantage round is happening.
Looking at the mini-map.
Yeah, I was getting, you know, I thought this one would have made a beautiful screenshot if Sinners won it, but they didn't.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that would happen. Shiro looking for the B pick. Sinner's not making it easy, giving away no kills here. Break on the smoke. They've got ideas in their pocket, and Moto picks Donk top mid thanks to the HE on the smoke. 3 strong on A. Shock up top.
Molly forces him into that fight. Magic's able to collect the opener. Down to 1 health in the process, but he still leads the charge. Rest of the team in behind him. Attempted a ballsy drop for Kisarek, and maybe a decision they'll live to regret. Still Magic's low, and he's the only guy with kills in this round. Gonna need to get some more mileage out of Shiro and Tanir in this one. Up until now, Magic's has been down to hold their hand and get them through the start of this round. When it comes to getting that bomb planted and closing it in the 3-on-3, surely it's got to be someone else. I'll close in, get past the sight men, and that just leaves Tanir. And he's shot in the back. Sinners right back to their winning ways.
Seemed super uncomfortable. 3 players staying triple. Would have loved to see Spirit.
1 in each series. Sorry, in like season 2.
Gotcha. 1 man hiding inside of the site. It's kind of the man of the hour. Stressen, 11-1. Donk up connector. Donk with a lot to do, but Donk's good for the trade. Magix dies for his star. Stressen survives the Molotov.
And so he's going to go unchecked. Stressen, they will clear him. He was in position to do big damage. That's a massive clear for Shiro. That round was ready to get pulled out from under them. But it might just be a hands-tied force here for the Sinners. Sorry, save rather.
He's got smoke kits. He's hanging around. Moda was leaving. Now he's coming back in.
What are we saying? Last second?
I think so. No, surely not. Get that mini-map back up right now because Moto's moving in with a shot. Smoke on the bomb. He's got a kit. He won't commit. He could have and arguably should have. They have the money.
Terrorists win.
I think that's a wasted opportunity. It's okay. It's okay.
Especially with like that bomb was even planted like wider than usual. I feel like you would have had an even better angle to defuse as a result.
6-2 and some pace here for Spirit up short with a rambunctious move from Donk. Their backs are turned. They don't know what they're running into. It's Donk. Double entry, round done. Quick and clean as you like. We waited. And he has arrived. They're going to go hunting as well.
Like, man, we want more rounds like this out of Donk because right now, Sway's been more impressive.
Sure.
It's true there.
True. Was it ever Donk v Sway? Was that ever the conversation?
No one thought it was.
I thought it was Magix v Sway.
Well, no, because now it's Magix v Chopper.
Oh, okay. What about Zontix?
He's just better.
Than who?
Anyone?
Oh, okay. Spirit have been looking to abuse this B bomb site. That much is clear. This round, no exception. Ladder player could cause some commotion. Donk coming in for the clear. Good Molotov. Finds Stressen with ease. MP9 backside, this should be Spirits.
Yeah, again, just a bit of a gap over towards short, and Donk is going to take those gaps in his stride. Really awkward timing for B-Stick at the back of the site. And it might just be another save here. Suddenly having a go at that Ninja all those rounds ago doesn't feel like it would have been that bad of a move for Sinners. As that was the last time they were in a super winnable position.
Hello. Got a peekaboo on the way out.
Oh, smooth moves from Modo.
Wow. How long's he got on him? Donk's waiting. Oh, Modo gets it. 9-1 right now.
Drop the second O because this is the Ministry of Defense for Modo, man. He's holding down the Palace push. Does not want to part with the AWP, but won't be given the choice.
No one holds better than Shiro. We know that.
Where you could still feel nice about this first half is if you secure the 7th here, for the reason that you just said, feeling like you had to fight for it, like you had to earn it, and you still went on to win out the half. Also just to feel like you clawed something back after giving Spirit a lifeline in this game. Donk has been an issue, though, as he's very much warmed up into this series. And mid is now his domain.
They didn't fight mid or half. They finally try and do it, and they remember why. Brutal double entry. Now Shiro just waits and he lets them walk into his crosshair. And they go. Good flash. But no punish onto Shiro. He's able to try again. Zontix is lurking Palace and Donker's joining him on the ramp. 2v1 here against Shock. Does hold his own, but trade is imminent. And no one on this A site to stop Team Spirit. They're going to hear the drop.
Yeah, Magix with a free kill just on a platter. Stressen, he's played a fantastic game thus far, but expecting him to find some headway in this 1v4 is wishful thinking. You know where he is, and Magix seals it with a swing down there in middle. That is the recovery with 5 in a row from Team Spirit to level out on Mirage. They're going to look to try and get a bit of revenge on Sinners.
Some nice sacrificial moments from Magix as well as a captain. And let's see how this defense looks. Eyes especially on Zontix on CT halves of Mirage, but not in this pistol because the A site's been taken. Donk coming back in, late to fire off, but nails his first shot as the flash connects to Kisarek. Donk looking for damage out from spawn. They start flooding Shiro on the stairs. One for him, and they are just decimated in this pistol round. Not a single kill for the Sinners as Team Spirit come in clean. Where did that come from?
I just remember Chad calling him it a pun.
Okay.
Because of the whole Kiyosuke, like not being able to say his name, so... Not like he's Jake Sucky's brother or something.
Okay.
Well, a man advantage for Spirit here in the first gun round of the Sinners. Oh my God, this has become so dominant the other way. It almost makes you forget that they were 6-1 up.
Stressen was like 11-1.
Yeah. He literally...
Moda was 9-0.
Oh my
Then
god, they're just not even getting kills anymore. They're just dying instantly.
Look at him go.
On the peaks. Shiro with a bit of aggression because he's got teammates there to back him up. Okay. Why'd you say it like Nigel Thornberry? Smashing.
Just a bit of, what do they call it? Looks-maxing?
Looks-maxing,
That's
yeah.
the one. Oh, okay.
Taste of their own medicine for a change. Someone else dies instantly on a peak, and it's not the Sinners. Donk. Well, he'll decide against hanging around. Shiro. Don't know how he finds nothing there. Wow. There was a line of Sinners players.
Robbed. Spray them all down, but they trade effectively. Stressen with a big 3K. And Magic's, not much you can do from this position, so it's just going to be a combat save. Exits would be nice. This timing could be awkward though. Coming back out of Palace, it hugs the wall. Got to turn back. He didn't check it. And Kisarek kisses him goodnight. Sinners with a huge opportunity to not get insta reset. Back-to-back rounds on the table. Celtics clearing middle. So they go back to B. That smoke begins to fade and Sinners begin to run.
Oh, shock opener. And now Zontic's left is the only defense. He's got teammates moving in. Won't find anything, and with Donk cut down, they will break through the defense. 1v4 now for Shiro as he strikes the first from the tally.
And those double nades from short did almost no damage from Spirit, but they completely gave away the positions. And so Sinners use that to their advantage and find an 8th round. It's not just a breaking of the streak, it's a building of their own.
Okay. Sinners, they have made this second half a bit more intriguing now. Taking a handful of rounds on the T side, starting to build a bit of momentum. And eyes set on an A play. Tanir, full blind, wrecked by the util, but still alive. Molly forces him out and into the open. There's Shiro to trade on Tanir's death, and that will keep the advantage for Spirit neatly tucked in.
Donk's locked out by the smoke, and they're trying to take jungle back. He's in connector. What a flick from B-Stick. Donk deleted. Magic's with a chance, and B-Stick has the cover of his teammate. Shiro has to save them. He can't. The firepower of Sinners right now.
Bomb has been planted.
Popping heads. Zontic's 1v3, back in the server, 6 months out. What's he got?
Oh, the reload is so anxiety-inducing, but no swing, no punish. It comes a little later from Shock. As the Zontics will get quelled, Sinners bring this match even closer.
Sinners looking to steal it away. Boost comes up into the ladder. Zontics will need support. Oh, what? Full blind! Full blind, just fired.
All right. That's pretty gnarly. Dead after the first, but an impressive shot. Window smoke fades, and suddenly you're really all in on this mid-fight, and, well, that's exactly what Spirit wanted. One back for Shock, and Kisarek gonna try and take room on the Palace drop, but heard from Spawn. That's an easy kill for Magix. I've watched some videos on him, but here's Shock 1v3. Spot the Spawn. 30 seconds.
Ooh, nade.
Oh, he's kind of fumbled the nade, but it goes in eventually. Just too deep to deal with Magix. Still gets out with the plant. Okay, Shock, are you getting something going here? Util raining in. Oh, whittled on down by Magix out of the spawn, and thank goodness Zontix was there just to keep it all healthy and in check.
Donk trying to find these short players, breaking the smoke open, but just missed that cross. Second try might be the one.
Oh, that nade was savage, but...
Oh,
has lined up a double on that short pop. Orb still out there. Donk's found a third. No vision over this con smoke. He's just spamming it. It's all coming up, Donk. All right, then. There we go. He was slow to start, slow to get going, but boy, is he here now.
4 kills, 3 of them.
Oh, Donk. Just to keep it all healthy and in check.
Short players breaking the smoke open, but just missed that cross. Second try might be the one.
Oh, that nade was savage, but... Oh, Donk has lined up a double on that short pop. Orb still out there. Donk's found a third. No vision over this con smoke. He's just spamming it. It's all coming up, Donk. All right, then. There we go. He was slow to start, slow to get going, but boy, is he here now.
4 kills, 3 of them through smoke. Zontix with high damage, and Donk finishes every single one. Just making holes in smoke and making holes in sinners. Fully sprayed. Smoke is not a wall. And Donk's had enough.
Yeah, he wants this over and done with, and he wants it over now. Likely doesn't enjoy the fact that Spirit were pushed to this much of a limit on Mirage. It's their pick in the series. And okay, 4K in the last round, 2 already in this one. Let's see, where is the limit for Donk versus the Sinners?
Oh, he's going to keep pushing it. Back to window with another peek. That's a nice shot for Shock. Donk just missed that timing in mid, and Shock is double entried with Deagle. Not going to overcommit. They're coming up con right now. Donk needs to finish what he started. It might have to be the ace. He has 6 bullets.
6 shots in the AK. Oh my God! And there's the Deagle that shut him down. That was a sick round of Counter-Strike right on. And there's
bullets.
6 shots in the AK. Oh my God! And there's the Deagle that shut him down. That was a sick round of Counter-Strike right there.
Dude, Shock, how does Shock take the cake? B hit, nobody home. Double short, Shiro on the cross. Shiro doesn't nail his opening shot. Sinner's gonna get a lot of room in this site.
Oh, that's even worse.
Uh-oh.
Magic's with an MP9. What's he supposed to do? And now it's just Tanir.
Gotta save, they need this gun.
Dude, this is on the verge of going into OT, and yeah, you're dead on. If this gun doesn't get out, that's nothing for Spirit moving forward.
You know what AK will do?
Yeah, he'll make it work.
I'll allow it. Force an opener, trading his teammate here on the ramp. Not needed. Tanir gets an upgrade. And this is how the cookie can often crumble.
Yeah, don't have it come unraveled now. This is meant to be the easy round. You've won the tricky ones.
It's no easy round against Team Spirit.
Oh, good turn for Stressen.
Just trying to hide now. Live in this.
And they're going. If they go A, what are they going into, Hugo?
Donk AK. Stressen can't move. He is trapped here. And they are boxing him in. Tanir's been picked. Donk, donk, donk. What have you got? Wait, bomb's going back?
Yeah, they have apartments still. This late in the round, B-Stick never left, and so they're going to dodge the rifle. They're expecting rotates right now. They're not going to get the rotates in towards the A site, so they will still have some fights left to win, but they at least put distance between themselves and this AK.
Great call here from Sinners. They know B has been weak all game. It's Magix and Zontix, and they haven't held it many times.
5-7. There's the opener. Missed shot from the Moto Orb. Magix just retrieves a molly off the ground. He's able to slow this down even more now. Those trades aren't available. They're waiting for Stressen to come in, but he's held. It's being considered. They might have dodged the rifle. They might have played in to just these pistols, but even that's been enough for this to come undone for the Sinners. This was a very commendable effort, but not meant to be, because when all is said and done, Spirit will level up and lock in Mirage.
Yeah, you can dodge Donk, but you can't dodge Death. Spirit take their map pick. Let's find out.
Certainly felt like Magix was more than prepared to fall on his sword for Donk at any moment in that opening map.
We'd like to see that. A hit in this pistol, Julie's up top.
Shiro, it's nice, it's easy. They climb out under him and he's there with dual Berettas ready to go. So maybe a flawless pistol here from Team Spirit.
Shiro didn't even get the kill. Donk took it away. 2 from him, 2 from Tania. Not going to be able to stop that. Zontix committed, aiming for the body, looking for those torso shots. He'll get him. Shiro barely makes it down B as Donk dropping vent denied alongside Tania. So shut down on that secret walk. Really have to have reliable pieces all over the map. So this is going to be a bigger test, I think, of the team of Spirits. Important save here. Being allowed Spirit get their upgrades, they get out.
Terrorists win.
I think also just the amount of reps on this map for Sinners is why I'm kind of excited. Since they put together the 4-man version of this squad, right? Moto a little newer. They played this map 40 times, Hugo. They've won it 27 of those.
Right.
So a lot of reps in and a lot of success found here on Nuke.
Checking everything he can from heaven. But down lower is where you've got to worry. Tania on his own, getting flanked.
Oh, they hear him tag a bunch. Still, it's his second player meant to chase this down and get the trade. But yeah, Tania's done enough. There just shouldn't be time for this, right?
Got it,
Oh,
he's dead.
just got that.
They're quick, though.
All right, rotates now arriving, and oh, here he is. Donk there to stop you as soon as you get off that bomb. Ah.
Ooh, good trade. High-low. And a goodbye to Donk. Shock, catching him as one as well. Magic's now alone temporarily on this top site. He's going to get that info so he can bring Zontix to join him.
Oh, but Zontix has just left and gone ramp. So Magic's here alone. No support, no one nearby. He's going to do this all on his lonesome.
Uh-oh.
What there in the smoke, but the cover in from Kisarek. And you're so out of position here if you're Team Spirit. This might just be a done deal on that alone.
Such a great call that Kisarek commits down lower and throws all his util. It baits Zontix down.